is a great clue for e-marketers. Give honest, sincere appreciation. Be honest and sincere in the way that you deal with human beings. Thirdly, arouse in that person an eager want. Make them want to do business with you by speaking their language, their terms, the way that they describe things, by getting into the hearts and minds of the people who you want to buy your products. Don't speak to them as if you're coming down from the mountain dispensing advice. You need to be at the same level as everybody else. Speak in their language, looking like they do. That's what your website design should look like. Not some glorious thing with neon lights blinking. How proud I am! How proud we are! How big we are! Come do business with me! Nobody wants that in this day and age. They just want you to look like them. And they'll want you if you look like them and talk like them. And remember, he wrote this in 1956. Be genuinely interested, he said, in other people. Because when you're not genuine, or people know that, that's that 2-second rule when you see things and you decide. You know what it's like when you see somebody who's not genuine. You switch off instantly. Be genuine in your communication. You're halfway through the book, halfway through a 50 million bestseller. It's amazing. Number 5, he said, a person's name is the sweetest and most important sound in every language of the world. A person's name. Your customers aren't numbers. They're not target markets. They're not groups. They're people with names. Use their names when you talk to them. Alex, my son, my guinea pig for experiments, a couple of years ago, I put this concept to the test. I came home from a business conference, landed, got home, and I said, Alex, I've been reading this book by Dale Carnegie, talking about people's names, and it got me thinking on the plane home about your name, Alexander. And I've decided now, because I am your father, your Lord and Master, that I'm a little bit tired of your name. So from tomorrow, I'm going to be calling you Stephen. And he went, what? Are you serious? I said, well, don't question. I am your Lord and Master. I am your father, your legal parent. I will tell you, until you are 18, Stephen, I will tell you the way things are going to be. And he was, Dad, please don't do that. Everybody knows who I am. I'm Alexander Jackson. That's me. That's the name you gave me, right? What do you mean you want to change it? I said, Stephen, go tidy your room. And he said, okay, I get it. I'll tidy my room. Please, though, don't call me Stephen. A person's name is the sweetest sound that you can use. When you hear it, it brings warmth to a conversation. Talk to people in human terms. That's also, you see, this part of this ethics, this consideration, this sense of community. You've got to belong, and you've got to talk in the right language and use people's names. You've got to engage them. You've got to understand their interests. Why do they buy your goods? Why do they deal with you? Why do they use your services? Do you really understand that? You see, the crazy thing is, when you go talk to them yourself and you hear the answers, you come back as if you're amazed. I never realized they wanted that. I didn't know they thought of me that way. What stopped you from having this conversation before? What made you go out and hire other people to find this stuff out? Every single manager, every professor, every engineer I've ever come across in every business who's gone in to meet real customers face to face comes out amazed. So if you haven't spoken to a real customer in a while, here's the next thing I want you to write down. Tomorrow, cancel your meetings for the next week. Go to where your customers are and you go talk to them. You yourself, dressed as they are, in where the places they go, doing the things that they do, and do it for a week. What you'll learn, exactly what your e-marketing should look like. Exactly what your e-commerce should sound like. All of it exists in your business right now. I want you to be a CSI forensic detective next week. I want you to go to the scene of the crime where your business is, and I want you to start gathering evidence as to what's really going on in that marketplace. Do it for a week. There is no meeting more important. Not a board meeting, not a sales there is no meeting more important than doing that for 5 days, if you're not doing it every single day of your life. Engage in understanding other people's interests. Then, when you've done that, look what Carnegie says. Then you can make them feel important and do it sincerely. Last but not least, you've got to have some fun with this, guys. This is not university lecture.